Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new. It's Libby. Today I'm doing my fall TBR. I'm not gonna sit too long in this intro because I do have a lot of books to get through. So we are gonna go ahead and get started with my current read, which is The Pearlius. I'm mispronouncing that name wrong. Sea by Sherry Thomas. This is the sequel to The Burning Sky, which I read at the beginning. I finished it on the second day of this month, so I jumped straight into the sequel. This one is taking me a bit longer to read because we are following dual timelines, same characters, but they're just in two different times in this book. So, but it's good. Can't say too much because it is a sequel. So I've talked about this series enough already, but if you want a slow burn romance, someone who can wield the elements, and a task slash adventure going on, you'll really enjoy this series. But I'm enjoying it so far. I have a couple book club books in here. So this one is for a book club on Discord. We're reading Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited to read it. And this we follow Tress, who is known to stay on this island her whole life and all of that. And then one day she flees the island to find Charlie, and there's pirates involved, and I cannot wait to read this. This was in the cozy fantasy section at my Barnes & Noble. I've been lately getting into cozy fantasy. So there's that one. I have a couple of Adrienne Young books on this TBR. First one, we have The Spells for Forgetting. I know nothing about this, so that's how I'm going to go into it. I don't know a lot about a lot of these books, so we're going to keep it that way. But I've loved Adrienne Young in the past, so I'm excited to get to this one. And we'll see how this one goes. I don't know too much. All I think I know is there's a family business, a tea shop, and that is it. I think they're a witch, but I'm not 100% sure. So I need to finish Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I started this a while ago. I guess I wasn't in the mood for it, so I put it down. I am enjoying it, so I'm going to get back into it. This one we follow Emily Wilde, bookmark kind of fell out, who is making an encyclopedia of fairies. She's a professor at Oxford, and she goes to this one island who has a bunch of fairies, and stuff unravels from there. There is a slow burn romance going on in this as well, so which is getting really good at this point where I'm at. So I'm excited to you'll see another Heather Fawcett book in here at some point when I get to it. So I have the second book to the Poison Healer trilogy, The King's Cage, The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. This one takes place where the first one leaves off, so I can't say too much about it. But if you know what this is, you know. So I'm excited to get to the second one and hopefully the third one as well. I have, hold on, these are out of order, so I need to fix. I have two books. This is a duology that I'm hoping to read in fall, which is The Shadows Between Us and The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. I have read from her before and really enjoyed. All I know about this one, it deals with pirates, and that is it. Or the Shadow King or something. I don't know what this duology involves, but these are the pretty editions I showed in my haul. So I'm excited to get to these this fall and see what these are about. So I hope I like them. Then we have 2 more Adrienne Young books, and I think I'm done with her. I have The Unmaking of June Farrow, but also by Adrienne Young. I don't know anything about this. So, it's in a small town in North Carolina, and there's a curse that's in the family line. So, that's all really I know about this one. So, I also have my reread of Namesake, also by Adrienne Young. This is the sequel to Fable, and if I can get Saints on here, which is the prequel to this, that would be great. I do own Saints, but can't say too much about this one either because this is the second book in the duology, but if you like pirates, you'll like this. So I have 2 manga on here. I have, excuse the jets if you can hear them, Yen of the Dawn 41 and Volume 42 on this TBR. If you don't know what this is yet, you should go read it. It's really good. Follows our main character, Yona, who is fleeing from her castle on her 16th birthday after she witnesses something. I can't say what that is because spoilers, but she flees her castle with her bodyguard, Hawk, and they go to this oracle and they tells them to do Yona to do something, and she finds herself traveling across her kingdom to find these people who have the bodies, the powers of the 4 dragon warriors in them, inside them, and they go on adventures and all that fun stuff. This is really good. If you're looking to get into anime and manga, I would start here. For fantasy wise, anyway, it's so good. There's only 42 volumes. These are the last 2. I am sad, but then I would have finished this manga series. This will be my second manga series I'm finishing this year. Wowzers. But yeah, this manga series is really good. If you haven't read that already, this is way out of line. But the second book is in here, I promise. I have Costa Rica by Adeline Grace. This is the 3rd and final book to the Belladonna series. I'm not sure what this series is called actually, but love Belladonna. I have Foxglove. Don't get me wrong, it's down here, I promise. But I can't say anything. Can't look at this one because I don't want to spoil myself, but I've heard good things about this one. We have Emily Wilde's The Map of the Etherlands. This is a sequel to Emily Wilde Encyclopedia of Fairies. Again, sequel. Can't look at it. Don't want to know anything about this one, so I'm going into it blindly. This is the 3rd book to the series I mentioned first, The Immortal Heights. This is the 3rd book to the Burning Skies trilogy by Sherry Thomas. Then I have The Happy Median by Sarah Alder. I haven't read anything from this author before. It's a library book. So, she's pretending to be a medium. She's fake, but then it turns out she can see and hear ghosts, real ghosts. So this will be perfect for fall time. So I'm excited to get to this one. I have A Touch of Malice. I have to wait for the second book to come in, which is going to be a while, so I might have to return this one and then recheck it out from the library. This is the 3rd book to this series, this Hades and Persephone series that I read A Touch of Darkness last month and I loved it, so I cannot wait to continue. and the last book just came out, so I have to return that one. I have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. This one I don't know too much about, but I've heard really good things about it, and the sequel is coming out this month, I believe, at some point in time. So I'm excited to read this one, and the sequel is, what is it called? I've seen the cover, but I can't picture the title. It's something Cinnamon Buns and Bookshops, somewhere along those lines, and the cover kind of matches this one a little bit. So I'm excited for that one as well. So I want to get to this one. I've heard really good things about the Pumpkin Spice Cafe as well. So this is totally out of my comfort zone, I believe. So we'll see. This is a book I bought in August, and that is Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie. I'm not even gonna try that last name. It's crazy. But I saw the cover, it intrigued me, and this sounds promising. It was in the YA section, but I don't think it's YA. So, because our characters, they live in New England, and they own a coffee shop. So, you can't own a coffee shop if you're a teenager. So, it was on a table that I saw, so I picked it up. These two kind of go hand in hand. The third book is out, so I want to get it. I have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon and A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Howley, is how you pronounce it, but I love the covers of these. I know nothing about these, so I thought I'd save them for fall time. These are on my 24 books to read in 2024, so this one's a lot thicker than this one, and the third book just came out, so I'm excited to get to these and read that one. No, don't know anything about those. These two also go hand in hand. I have The Leagues of Gentlewomen Witches and The Secret Service of Tea and Treason by Indian Holt. I read this first one, thoroughly enjoyed it. I had myself giggling and kicking at my feet. Again, I don't know too much about these. All I know is there's pirates and houses were flying. Yeah. But these two go hand in hand, so I have to read this one to read this one. I think even though they are interconnected standalones, you don't have to read one to read the other. But I heard Katie over at Katie is Reading talk about this one specifically, which made me want to get it and read it. So that's what I'm doing. These are also on my 24 books to read in 2024. I have a book club book, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Brockman. I've heard really good things about this one. This one is for two of my book clubs. We're reading the same book, so that's perfect. Kills two birds with one stone. All I know about this one is it's vampires, and our main character was sold, I think, or finding her place. I don't know too much about it, so I'm going to go into it blindly, and hopefully I like it. It's a nice, chunky fantasy, adult fantasy. So that's about to fall over. Let's fix. Okay. Then I have the Calci of the Gods. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is Rick Riordan's continuation to the Percy Jackson world. Percy's trying to get to New Rome to go to college with Annabeth, but the gods aren't finished with him yet. So we follow our three main trio trying to help Percy complete his tasks to get to New Rome, and the newest one is coming out this month, and that's also on there. Here's Foxglove by Ella Landgrace. This is the sequel to Wishrika. So I told you I had it on here, but I'm excited ticket to this one as well. So the dust, without the dust jackets, are gorgeous. So I wasn't gonna take the dust jacket off of Costa Rica, but can't say too much of this one because it is a sequel. So you're gonna have to read the first one to find out. This is also a book club book. I told you a lot of book club books are on here. The Tempest of Tea by, I haven't read from her before, but I've heard amazing things about her books. So I'm excited to read The Tempest of Tea. It's another vampire book. So why save the world when you can have tea? So I'm excited to read this. Gothic era, vampires are involved, and that's all I know about this one. Lastly, the last two, hopefully I didn't grab the second one, but I own it. I need to finish it. I'm going to talk about this briefly. But Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I've started this one. I got to page 104 and stopped. And I do have Ruthless Vows as well. So, this is about our main character who's trying to find her brother after he goes missing in the war, and she's writing to her brother, thinking her brother is receiving them, although it's her academic rival who's, both of them are trying to get the same position, and that's all I know. So, this one and Ruthless Vows hopefully can get on here. But yeah, that is my fall TBR. It's quite hefty. I have roughly about 30 books on my fall TBR. So 30 plus books on my fall TBR. So yeah, let me know if you've read any of these down below. I would love to know your thoughts. Spoiler free, please. And like, subscribe, comment, stay a while, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.